There's a quote by Elizabeth Gilbert. She's the author of Eat, Pray, Love. And in the movie, she says, I experience God as God through me. That's how I experience God. So I have been a huge inspiration for myself throughout this process. And I think that's something that more artists need to get comfortable saying. It's okay that you are inspired by you. That can be the sentence, you know? I've also been inspired by like all of my family that sings. I'm hearing some of their runs on this album. I've been hearing that run since I was 9, since I was 3.
Pulling a lot of different sounds in, pulling a lot of different stylistic influences and references. Jazz harmony, heavy guitars, like really rocking out, insane, crazy guitars, shreddy guitars. I think there's always a little bit of a classical vibe happening, even if it's not like stylistically like super in front. I almost want to say like secular gospel, sort of.
The greats that I love, the Clark sisters, Brandy, my sister Cortni. And I think some of the like contemporary artists out now that are taking risks. And to be frank, I can't name many, but the ones that are sticking close. I really enjoy Beyonce's new work. And I wouldn't say that it inspired any of the lyricism because it was all written before this came out. But I was inspired by her authenticity on this album. And I was already authentic within my writing, but it just gave me a little bit more confidence. Like, okay, there are people out here that are just talking the real about what they doing and going through. Adding to inspiration, my husband, just the love that we are cultivating and honing. It's very inspiring. The love of all of my closest friends, my family. My friends are really my family. I can name a bunch, but they know who they is. Atticus Lazenby, my work husband. Inspiring top of tier. I think Atticus Lazenby is one of the great musicians of our era. And I'm not saying that lightly. I truly believe that. And his commitment to his artistry and to being an ally is inspiring. So I'm gonna choose him every time.
Trust, the freedom, and the clarity and the dialogue, all of that coming together. I think I'm just like really grateful to have an opportunity to work in a musical space that is like inherently very black, because Jasmine's black. But you know, to be given that opportunity and to have her trust in me to be as sensitive as I can, be as also genuine as I can be.
This album, it's called Applied and Aligned, the album, and I think it's all about what I'm calling and have coined from Stephen Cope, my night sea journey. And I think it's all just about what it's taken for me up to this point in my life to become me, the individual that I am. And I think I'm telling that story through just being honest and talking about different phases and things that I've been through in my life.
Knowing that it's coming from a place of like genuineness and deeply personal and also like deeply relatable ideas and themes.
I've achieved this sound through taking my time, rounding out my vocals. I used to compete in a cappella and I used to be in chamber choir. So I think those are just things that have always stuck with me because I've had really great vocal coaches and teachers. And so I'm just maturing and I'm allowing my voice to mature. But I think one thing about crafting my sound is that I'm clear about how I sound now, like on a track or speaking to people. I just know what my own voice sounds like. So I'm not going for unrealistic expectations in terms of sound. This is different than crafting any of my EPs. I think when you just first making music, you just want it out. So there are, I think, inevitably some corners that you cut. I'm not cutting any corners with this album. If it don't sound right, I'm fixing it. It can be a vowel that I don't think matches up evenly with the tone of the rest of the song. I'm gonna fix it. Struggling with control, a bit of anxiety and chaos. Let me hear that. Struggling with control, a bit of anxiety and chaos. Close. Let's do it one more time. Pretty diction. What am I saying? Struggling with control, a bit of anxiety and chaos. Another factor, time. Most of my EPs have been written and recorded within the same year to 2 year span. This album has been like 6-7 years in the making. So I think it's just about taking my time. And I've gotten more comfortable with doing that, which I think is evident in my sound and in this body of work. Because I don't want people to just listen to one song. I want people to listen to one song and catch on to all 9, at different times. But I want them to recognize it as a piece of work that has many pieces, but is one body. This album is for Chicago. It's for me. It's for everyone. Anybody who wants to feel good and know that they are good. And also to not even look at the world in terms of like good and bad, but to just like be and connect and be honest and feeling and experience all the emotions that the human experience has to offer. Oh my God, you're the light one. I think that was better.